guys, welcome back to CP Gaming, episode 4 of my WCW Nitro save. We had a decent show last time, 71 rating, starting to build up pretty good, some storylines in there. 5,912 people attended the last show. Hopefully we can get a few more this time. And hopefully we can get a better show than 71. Keep on building, pushing as far as we can get this new WCW. So without further delay, we will move into the new episode 2 weeks before the Great American Bash. Let's see what happens. So we kick off the show and it's being held by WCW in front of 6,410 people at the Bayfront Centre. And in a pre-show bout that didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling, TEW defeated Reno in 11:59 by pinfall with a brainbuster. Wrestling got a 38, the crowd got a 27, the segment rating got a 45. TEW had a 49 and Reno a disappointing 26, and he was off his game. Not the best way to get yourself on to the main show, Reno. However, we do move on to the second pre-show match. In a poor pre-show match, a 3-count defeated Nasty Boys in 11 minutes 31 when Shannon Moore pinned Jerry Saggs with a countdown. 44 wrestling rating, 29 crowd rating, 48 segment rating. Pretty decent segment there for these two. Jerry Saggs a 43, Brian Hobbs a 36, Shannon Moore a 49, and Evan Courageous a 46. So obviously the weak link there being Brian Hobbs. And 3-count getting a decent win and a bit of momentum. Got the crowd expectant and simmering. We move into our final pre-show bout, where in a pre-show bout that terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, CM Punk defeated Lash LaRue in 7 minutes 34 by pinfall with a top rope pedigree. And this match was designed to work the crowd. 36 wrestling, 18 crowd rating, and a 41 segment rating. CM Punk gets a 41. Lash LaRue gets a 31. CM Punk has debuted his straight edge gimmick. It has gotten an initial rating of great. And Lash LaRue was really off his game. Again, not great to be off your game. Pre-shows are there to show me what you can do. CM Punk has benefited from having a hot new move. I wonder if it was the go to sleep. So we move into the show, where Nitro kicks off with Eric Bischoff in the ring. He says, "Welcome to Nitro. We have an amazing show for you tonight and a main event with Booker T and DDP in a match where the winner will get to choose the match type at the Great American Bash. We also have a cruiserweight title match tonight, and David Flair will go one-on-one with Lance Storm. Shane isn't here tonight. He is busy securing some new talent, and let me tell you something, it's exciting times ahead. So why don't we kick this show off with a title match?" So 82 segment rating. Good start to the show there by Eric Bischoff. Commentary, Scott Hudson was pretty weak. Segment deserved better commentary. The segment deserved better colour commentary. We may need to look in to our commentary team, because we are getting quite a lot of that. But the angle got the crowd hotter, and it got the show off to a strong start, which is what you always want at the start of a show. And we will kick off with that cruiserweight championship match. In a decent match, Chavo Guerrero Jr. defeated Juventud Guerrero in 15-11 by pinfall with a brainbuster. The match was designed to revolve around a lot of high spots. Chavo Guerrero Jr. makes defense number 1 of the WCW World Cruiserweight title. Wrestling rating got a 51, crowd rating a 41, segment rating a 55. They both had a 51 in-ring performance. Cruiserweight title storyline has advanced with this segment and gained heat. Guerrero was off his game. There's a lot of people off their game tonight. I wonder why that is. Chavo Guerrero wins the match. He beats a member of the cartel. But after the match, in an average 2-minute angle, we saw Juventud Guerrero, Conan and Psychosis beat down Chavo Guerrero. Conan was penalised due to the effects of all going through personal issues. It gets a 52 rating. So as Chavo is lifting the belt, he gets attacked from behind by Conan and Psychosis, and Juventud joins in and they beat him down till he can't get back up. He may be a member of the cartel, but the cartel have the last laugh. We then move into another match where we have Lance Storm versus David Flair. And in a decent match, David Flair defeated Lance Storm in 12 minutes 6 by submission with a figure 4 leg lock after distraction from Nelson Knight. During the match, we also had Crowbar distract Lance Storm. Wrestling rating got a 50, crowd rating a 45, segment rating a 59. Lance Storm had a 68 in ring and a David Flair a 33. David Flair was really off his game. I think every match so far. Torrie Wilson did some good work at ringside, and Torrie and David Flair have a good pairing. They play off each other, and they got the crowd hot. So David Flair gets one back on Lance Storm and picks up the win with a figure 4 leg lock. However, after the match, Nelson Knight and Crowbar enter the ring and they stand across from David Flair, who looks visibly scared. As they walk towards him, the lights go out. When the lights go back on, Nelson Knight and Crowbar have gone. David Flair is on his knees and stapled to his chest is a piece of paper with blood over it. The camera zooms in and shows the date. The commentary team recognise the date. It's the date for the Great American Bash. So what is going on with these? And a piece of paper stapled to David Flair's chest with the date of the Great American Bash on. Segment rating gets a decent enough 50. I was expecting slightly less than that, so I will take that all day long. We then move into another match, in which was a wild brawl that had decent reaction from the crowd but subpar wrestling. Hugh Morris defeated La Parka in 12:57 by pinfall with a moonsault. Wrestling rating of 44, crowd rating of 42, and another segment rating of 52. Hugh Morris had a 50, and LA Parker had an in-ring performance of 38. The commentary lifted the match's time. So we've had a bit of a mix around with everything here. So yeah, maybe something we need to look into, maybe not. What do you guys think? Do I need a better commentary team? If so, who would you suggest? Who should I go looking for? Let me know in the comments below. We then see DDP backstage, where there's a few choice words for Booker T. He's with WCW new interviewee, or interviewer, Alicia Webb. Alicia says, DDP, a big match tonight. The winner will have a big advantage going into the Great American Bash. What are your thoughts? DDP says, "Well, Alicia, you say a big match tonight? I think not. I know everything about you, Booker. Me and Stevie have been sat down going through all your plays, and let me tell you, it didn't take long. As for the stipulation, I couldn't care less what match it is, because come Great American Bash, you will see DDP walk out of that arena the new World Heavyweight Champion. And Booker, you can go back to competing for the US title, which is in line with your ability. Now, Alicia, if you want to celebrate with me later, you know where I will be." And he just walks away with that smirk on his face. 69 segment rating. Quite ironic for what DDP just said at the end. Alicia Webb debuted a staff member gimmick and he got an initial rating of awful. That's not good. Booker T's storyline idea was deployed and was a success. Diamond Dallas Page enjoyed going off script. A potential future heel turn for Diamond Dallas Page was hinted during the segment, and it got the crowd hotter. We then move into another match, which has got a pretty decent segment rating here. And I believe this is before the main event. And in a decent match, Rob Van Dam and Billy Kidman defeated Buff Bagwell and Shawn Stasiak in 14:08 when Rob Van Dam pinned Shawn Stasiak with a frog splash. Rob Van Dam carried the match in terms of the in-ring performance. We got a wrestling rating of 58, a crowd rating of 47, and a very decent segment rating. And I believe this is our best match we've had of 71. Shawn Stasiak has a 48, Buff Bagwell 53, Billy Kidman a 54, and Rob Van Dam a 76. Buff Bagwell was penalised due to being in extremely poor form, so the US champion not getting his own way this time. And these four put on a banger. So yeah, our best match by far so far in the 4 episodes we had, I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong. We're then backstage where Alicia bumps into David Flair and she says, "David, can you tell us what that was all about?" David says, "It's Mr. Flair to you. And for your information and everybody else, you will all find out just how far David Flair is willing to go to keep my family legacy intact." So 44 segment rating. So we're trying to build up David Flair here. And I think we're getting there. We're succeeding. So yeah, hopefully we can continue with this momentum. And the storyline has advanced of the "You Are Not Entitled." So yeah, got what I thought it would get. Hopefully a little bit more, but you know, we'll take that. We then move into the main event where we have Booker T and Diamond Dallas Page, and in about that fantastic heat and good wrestling, Booker T drew with Diamond Dallas Page in 20 minutes when the time limit expired. Wrestling rating of 72, crowd rating of 74, segment rating of 75. So we do have a new best match for 2 really good matches, the last 2 matches. Booker T had a 79, Diamond Dallas Page a 64. So, what does that mean? They've drew. No one gets to pick the stipulation. But as you can see, there's one more segment. And after the match, Eric Bischoff's music plays. He makes his way to the ramp. He says, "What a great match, guys. Truly a great match. But we can't end this show on a draw, and we need a winner. So on my authority, I am But before he can finish, Shane McMahon's music starts to play. To the shock of Eric, he starts to look around, but can't see him. We then hear Shane saying, "Eric, up here, look, I'm on the Titantron. I've been watching the show in awe tonight, and what a great show. I had one of my guys link me in when I saw Booker and DDP come to a time limit. So with my authority, I'm telling you both now, this will go to next week, 1 week before the Great American Bash. You both will need to find a tag partner, but not one, you will need two, because next week in the main event is a 3-on-3, and the winner will get to pick the match type. Anyway, I've got to go. I'm about to sign a new talent that will debut at the pay-per-view." Eric looks furious once again and storms off, as we see Booker T and DDP attacking each other as Nitro ends and comes to a close. And we have our best segment of the series so far, an 85 segment rating. We like to see that light blue. Absolutely, these four guys have smashed that out. Lots of green there. The only downside was the segment is a better colour commentary. But that is a great way to end the show. And Booker T, Diamond brawling, and once again Shane seems to be pissing off Eric. So that's the end of the show. Hopefully we get a decent show here. We should do after that last little burst of good ratings. And we finish on a 77. By far our best show so far. He has increased our popularity in 8 regions. We would have gained more popularity in 7 Canadian regions, but growth was restricted due to the limited number of viewers there. The show benefited from having quite a wide selection of angles. What a show, guys. 77 rating. We are just going from strength to strength. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this show. Please comment, like, subscribe and share. It does help to get my videos out there. Really appreciate all the likes so far. Jump in them comments, guys. Love to interact with you guys. So comment away. Until the next show, we are 1 week away from the Great American Bash. Can we top this show next week? Stay tuned to find out. Till next time, guys, I've been CP Gaming.